greatest radio.
We give you a reason to stay.
Radio, the way it should be heard.
You got the power.
The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guest and not necessarily those of TalkTainmentRadio.com, the management, the staff, or K&E World Network, LLC.
This is the Wellness Spot, and I'm Tanya Karen. Wellness is a choice, is a choice, is a choice, is a choice. Wellness is a choice. TalkTainmentRadio.com. We go where you go. The world's greatest radio, the way it should be heard. And you're in touch with the Wellness Spot. And I'm Tanya Karen. Call in at 1-877-932-9766 or watch us on YouTube, Talktainment Radio Live, and let us know your thoughts. I am. Two of the most powerful words. I am. We're talking today about the power of words. As we start off the new year, you know, it's 2018. It's cold outside. It is really cold this week. We didn't get the storm that we were projected to get, but I decided that I wanted to discuss with you how powerful our words are. As we look to wellness, we cannot obtain wellness without first adjusting our thoughts and our words. And that is crucial. I just want to read something from a book, The Butterfly Effect. You have been created as one of a kind. On the planet Earth, there has never been one like you, and there never will be again. Your spirit, your thoughts and feelings, your ability to reason and act, all exist in no one else. The rarities that make you special are no mere accident or quirk of faith. I have with me today to help me discuss this topic, RASHAD Fields of LaSelf, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what LaSelf is. This is my oldest son, so my firstborn, and he's been doing a lot of work on the power of language, a lot of work on wellness, a father of 4. Thank you for coming out today, RASHAD.
No problem.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, and if you could, tell me a little bit about what LaSelf means.
Well, like you said, I'm a father of 4, real estate agent here in Columbus, Ohio. LaSelf is a community brotherhood, kind of like an activist group. We are working in the community with young children, young boys, and young women, young girls, just helping build positive esteem, self-esteem about yourself, group thinking, to think less of self and more of a group. So we're just spreading positivity in the community and try to bring people together to build the community up and do more positive things, positive works.
And I think this topic goes right in with that because, you know, one of the statements they say in the book of The Butterfly Effect is, you have been created in order that you might make a difference. You have within you the power to change the world. Not just the world, your world, and the world, right?
Right.
Just want to say right now, come on. I know you are a man of many words, so I don't want you to be quiet now, but I want to just kind of explain why I wanted to start the year off with this topic. We ended the year with talking about cleansing. We talked about nutrition. We talked about eating a plant-based diet. We talked about the importance of exercise and sleep. And you know, this is a time of year when a lot of people make a lot of verbal commitments. They make what they call resolutions and different things, and they commit to things to change their life, to make their circumstance a little better. And, you know, as here on the Wellness Spot, I'm always encouraging and advocating for wellness, using our basic excuse me, are basic instruments that we can use. You know, exercise, just purposeful movement, just getting good rest, you know, going to bed and getting good sleep. You know, the body physically starts to repair itself between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., emotionally, the body starts to repair. So if we are awake during those times, or if we had a heavy meal and we ate, you know, within a few hours of before going to bed, the body is working on digesting the food and it's not working on repair. So Rashad, you know, Louise Hay, she says we need to have a positive mental attitude about ourselves and about life. And we need to have a strong spiritual connection. And when our mind, body, and our spirit is in balance, then we can enjoy living. No doctor or healthcare practitioner can give us that unless we choose to take part in the healing process. And that starts with our words.
Words are very powerful. Words are very meaningful. They say life and death is in the power of the tongue. I think before we got on air, you was talking about positive affirmations. One thing I read, and I hate that I can't quote where I read it at, but it stuck out to me a lot, was that when you say positive affirmations, your subconscious does not pick up on words that indicate negation.
Okay.
So if you say, I will not be an alcoholic, or I will not be violent, it doesn't pick up on the word not indicating negation. They indicate that you will not be. It's picking up on be violent.
Well, you know, one thing that people don't realize, and I'm not sure if you realize this, but your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference when you're joking. So, you know, it's very powerful, you know, when things go from our conscious to our subconscious. So some people say, oh, I love you to death. And, you know, or you should say, I love you to life. Or that cake is to die for. Your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference when we're joking. So, you know, we really got to be careful. There's a flyer or a wall decoration that says, and it's a famous quote, it says, your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Your habits becomes your values, and your values become your destiny.
It's powerful.
So it is. It's very powerful. So when we think about our words, I sometimes would like to ask people, how would you feel if every word that you said or everything that you said was manifested? And you got to stop and think about that for a minute, you know, because immediately we might go to the positive and think about the positive things that we said, that for sure we would like those things to manifest. But how often do we think of the negative things that we've said? And if everything that we said became manifest, the negative would become manifest also.
Definitely.
And that's powerful. Powerful too as a parent. You know, you have 4 children, so I'm pretty sure you look at life a lot differently than you used to when you were a single man.
I definitely do. And here lately, getting a little bit older and becoming more wise, I've just started to see that my words were powerful. And, you know, you talk about joking. I'm the biggest jokester, you know, that being my mother. I say a lot of joking things. I say a lot of things that, you know, if what we're saying is true, which it is true, it's powerful. I'm manifesting those things just joking around. So yes. I had to stop that, you know. And one thing new that I tell my kids, like, it sounds bad and I don't mean it literally, but I would rather hear you cuss than say I can't do something. I think that's worse a word than a bad word that we tell our kids don't say a bad word. I think can't is worse than that, because you're setting yourself up with limitations just from your mouth. That's
true. You know, we have to understand that when we everything that you think and speak, it goes out and returns multiplied. So we don't really need to fix problems. What we need to fix is our thinking. Because and our thinking should be only good lies before me. You know, I think where we have a problem sometimes is it's hard to feel that we're worthy. It's hard to find worth in ourselves. But the very beating of your heart has meaning and purpose. Your actions have value far greater than silver and gold. And one of the I ams that I think is important, because I think when it comes to I am, God said that I am the I am. So I, God, am in action. So, God, his word, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. So words are so powerful, and they create our wellness in us. They create our environment. So we have to really focus on our words. And sometimes what happens is we have a lot of negative that auto plays in our mind, and we have to overpower that with the positive. And that's not easily done.
It's not. From a personal experience for me, I won't take it too deep, but I will touch on something personally that I dealt with, which was thoughts, negative thoughts. I would always revert back to this negative way of thinking when a situation or an obstacle presented itself in my life. Something goes wrong, and I would immediately just start thinking, and this was all the way up until this year. I would immediately start thinking, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve a break. I don't deserve anything good. That nothing's good is never going to happen to me. I would immediately think like that. And just going through some things last year, some spiritual cleansing and awakening, I got to a point where I would stop right there. I would catch myself right in the moment and say, you know what? No. I'm not going to manifest this in my life. I'm not going to think this. And I can be honest and say things have been uphill. It's been slow, and it's been a process, and I have to be patient, but things have been going uphill ever since I stopped with that negative way of thinking. I stopped with that negative talking. I stopped letting that be my default switch.
Oh, for sure. And that's not easy. That's not easy, because every time you stop at a red light, every time you get a quiet moment, there's that negative, that past, the Hopi, their language is all present tense. It's all in the present. It's not in the past, and it's not in the future. So, you first have to start with, like you just said, the being powerful, being positive. We first start with loving yourself. It's most powerful. Respecting and appreciating yourself and living in the moment. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am, love. I love me. We did some mirror work last year. Be mindful of your words, more positive than negative. And, I'm pretty sure you can agree with me that once you started paying attention to your words, you started to see how often your words were negative.
I did. I definitely did. I seen how much I was defeating myself, because I think you take yourself out of the race or the fight when something happens and you say, nothing's good is going to happen to me. I'm not deserving of this. So you don't push anymore.
Yes.
You lay it down. You give up. You walk away. So definitely.
Yes. It's your life, and what we do with it and what we say matters. Definitely. Forever. And that's where someone said to me the other day, they said that's a basic thing, but it's basic, but guess what? It's very difficult. And I think you can agree with me on that. It's very difficult to wake up positive, not be resentful, learn to think successfully. What you think, what you believe, your thoughts become your reality.
I definitely can agree with that. And it is basic, but I know you've always been wise, and I think you're getting older when you start to realize that man, those basic principles were very valuable. Those little things that you hear when you were a kid. You know, if you have nothing good to say, don't say it at all.
Yes.
Those things are valuable, and they're basic. And like you said, they're difficult, but they're basic. They're just basic principles that you're mindful of or you're not. Or you use them in your life or they're not.
Yeah. You know, I was talking with a family member the other day, and she was saying that her whole day derailed from that morning. But I wanted to say that, you know, when your day starts off bad, and we've all had that day where we wake up and we stub our toe, or we, and then we just like, oh man, this is going to be a rough day. And then something else happens. Oh, it just can't get any worse. And then something else happens. But we don't realize how our words are manifesting that in our day. So I say when things like that or anything comes up, be calm, fix our thinking and our attitude, say to ourselves, all is well. Everything is working for my good. I am safe. Out of this situation, only good will come. And when we can do that and we can look for the positive, find that negative emotion or that negative statement and turn it around and find the opposite, or what we call in the emotional world, the way out, and say the positive way out of that.
Yeah. And speaking from my personal experience that I shared, I think that's a practice. You agree?
Oh,
I think that's
yes.
something that you have to build up, because it's so easy just to say, like I said, I'm done, I can't do it, or it's not good, I'm not deserving, it's not going. It's so easy to do that. It's something that you have to build up. And something that you said, like when your day is going wrong, I think what you have to do is be present. Just be present in the moment. That's what I have to find myself to do. Be present. Okay, yes, this is bad, but am I gonna start going negative? I'm gonna start going downhill, or am I gonna continue to speak life and speak positive and manifest the blessings that are out there for me, that the universe can bring to you?
Yes, because you are the master of that. And this is the thing. You are the one that can change it. No one else can. Because no one can be my I am. It's I am. I'm the master of my I am. You're the master of your I am. I could say you're a wonderful father. You're a wonderful son. I could someone can walk by and say you're a handsome man or whatever, or they could give you accolades, but they cannot be your I am. That's why it comes from within, and I always say this, no one walks up or drives up to the hospital, goes into the emergency room and requests to be seen, or goes to an urgent care and requests to be seen, but they first don't believe that there is some out of balance in their life. Rather, they have a headache, a sore throat, something. There's something that they need some additional attention and some help with. We first got to, know that there is an imbalance in us. And the easy thing to do, the basic thing, is from within. Be happy, humor, laugh, wake up happy. And that's not easy done. But if you keep staying on that positive road, keep doing those affirmations, do positive statement, do purposeful, stand in the mirror. I actually have all my I am on the mirror, and I stand in the mirror and with a posture, standing straight up, looking into my eyes, and I have all of my I ams. I am grateful. I am thankful. I am purposeful. I am, what are some of your I ams?
Mine?
Yes. Yeah, I put you on the spot. I knew you weren't prepared for that.
You came quick. You did catch me real quick. A lot of them is that I manifest a lot. Like I said, in my personal experience of going through a lot of things last year, I manifest a lot what's coming for me in the future. So it might not be so much as I am, but it is, what's going to happen. I will be here. I will be success. I am successful. I am I have a test, a big exam, a state exam that I'm taking this week. I've already claimed that I'm passing it. I talk like I passed it.
So you have to say I am, and once you pass that, what will that
A licensed real estate sales.
So I am a licensed real estate agent.
Yeah.
I am, because if you don't say that I am, no one else can.
Definitely.
And you know what, Schrodinger's cat. You know, that's a good little video that people will do well to watch, because it talks about until you make a decision, there are always possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's several possibilities, but once you put your mind to it and you make a choice, you collapse the other options.
Mm-hmm.
So your option is I am a real estate agent.
And if you heard me when I first introduced myself, I introduced myself as a real estate agent because that's what I am.
That's right. So you have to stand in the mirror every day and stand with that posture and say, I am a real estate agent for Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, and once again, it's becoming accountable is what it's all about. Taking accountability allows a great shift in the major proportion. That allows you to become the master of yourself, because only you can be the master of yourself. And, you know, when it says what's necessary to be willing to be accountable, your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own words, and your own actions.
That's powerful.
That is, it's very powerful. So how are you going to account for your feelings, your thoughts, your words, your actions? And we might not always get it right. You know, like you said, I caught you off guard when I said, what's your I am? I'm going to ask you again to give me another I am, so you be prepared. But we can always say delete. Delete, cancel. You know, because sometimes, you know, until we become the mastery of our conscious language and understand the conscious and the subconscious, you know, we're not a master. I'm not a master.
We're working. We're building.
Yeah, we got to keep working on ourselves.
Yeah.
Be thankful.
Yeah.
Believe that daily good lies ahead. And we just got to be more positive. Be positive. Speak it. You know,
Grateful.
Yeah, be grateful. Go to bed thinking on the things that we are grateful for.
Yeah.
There might be a ton of things that wrong or negative, but let's look at the positive. Go to bed laughing. Before you go to bed, you know, watch something funny. You know, that's what's so great. You know, we have these resources now. You know, we can watch something that, you know, social media and things like that. But laugh, go to bed thinking on the things that you're grateful, and purpose that you're going to wake up happy.
Yes, ma'am. Grateful is important. It's very important. Gratitude. I'll never forget my a cousin of mine. First cousin lost his brother, and when he lost his brother, he was like in a downward spiral and a lot, just in a lot of thought and reflection. And he said something to me that stuck with me. He was like, you don't even imagine or think on a conscious level of all the things that, all the intricate parts and all the moving systems just for you to be alive, just for you to take a breath.
Oh, yeah.
You don't appreciate those. And getting older, being a young father and now becoming to be a more seasoned father, I didn't have a lot of gratitude. And I see now that just all the moving parts in the world with 4 children attached to me, with myself, with me being the head, me having a sound mind, everybody having health, there's a lot to be grateful for.
Oh, yeah.
Every night, every day, every morning, every minute, every moving second.
Yes. You know, we never know how important that baby finger is or that baby toe until it gets injured.
Until you don't have it.
Woo! And you know, then you realize, man, that hurts. And it not only hurts the baby finger, it hurts the entire body.
Hurts the whole system.
Yes, it derails the entire system.
Yeah.
And you know, so when we think about this, you know, the reason why I wanted to focus on this is because, again, our words, our thoughts, you know, like I said earlier, that becomes our beliefs, becomes our values, becomes our actions. This is important for us to find wellness. I truly believe you cannot find wellness until we first find within us the power within us, to the desire to be well, the desire to speak that we are well, to speak to our body. I am well. I am healthy. I am worthy. You know, a lot of people don't even believe that they deserve to be well, that they deserve to be pain-free. You know, I am strong. I am energy. I am of divine substance. I am love. I am abundance. I am more than enough. Give me an I am.
I am powerful. I am positive.
Yes.
I am handsome. Ooh, I'm trying to work on my skills a little bit.
Well, you know, we have to believe in ourselves. We have to look in the mirror, and we need to be able to look in the mirror. You know, Louise Hayes says that we need to be able to look in the mirror, look into our eyes, and say, I am beautiful.
Yeah.
I love me.
You have to believe it.
Life loves me.
Yes.
There are plenty of people, for whatever the reason, especially around this time of year, we just came from where a lot of loss happens. I know within the circle that I'm in, friends, family, co-workers, a lot of loss. And not only a lot of current loss, but memory of loss. And so that affects our mood, that affects our energy, that affects, you know, our health.
Yeah.
But the way to wellness is with our thoughts and with our, you know, our words. Our words are powerful. Every single thing we do matters. You have been created as one of a kind. So there's only one Rashad. Excuse me, I say that all the time. There's only one Rashad. So you have been recreated in order to make a difference. And excuse me.
And if I can piggyback off of what you said about your thoughts and about, you know, starting with I am well, I am beautiful, I am is a statement that I like to state. I came up with last year. You can't heal what you don't reveal. And I really believe in starting there. I know you do a lot of talks and a lot of teachings on staying out of the past, but I don't think you need to dwell on the past or think on the past or recreate or focus on it. But I think you have to heal. You have to reveal first to be able to heal, to start with I am well. Because it's like if you got an angry child or you're an angry person and you're just running around angry and violent and mad all the time, I think if you don't find what's the root of that anger, you can't release the anger.
Well, but sometimes, of course, some people don't know what the root is. Some people know, but that comes to forgiveness, and we're going to talk about that. We have to be able to forgive, and you know, I think it's worthy of me saying my definition again of forgiveness is letting go of hoping for a better past, and we just need to stop telling those stories. We need to stop reliving it, but we need to find a way to let go. And that letting go is a release. And it can open a wealth of wellness within us, because that could be blocked by holding on to the past. And, you know, like I said earlier about the Hopi, their language is all in the present, not in the past and not in the future. We can't live in either of those. We have to live in the present moment. Like you said, you have 4 children, and when you think about the 100 trillion cells in your body and in each of their body and what it takes to keep that system going, and just all the intricacies of this universe, the creation, the birds, the snow. A lot of people don't like the snow, but the snow is beautiful. You know, I love it. But there's so much to be grateful for that if we spend time on the past, and you know, doesn't mean that was not a valid hurt. That's what people have to understand. Letting go does not mean that it wasn't a valid reason of why you were hurt. But it's not pardoning. It's not, you know, forgetting. It's letting go of hoping for a better past. So next, let's discuss the butterfly effect and wellness.
Attention Central Ohio. Are you looking for a full-service cleaning company? Call CNE Cleaning Services. No jobs too large or small. And we also clean homes. We're abundant and insured for your protection. Call us today at 614-450-0463. Number again is 614-450-0463. Our expert staff is courteous and professional. You'll be glad you called CNE. Call us today at 614-450-0463.
References provided upon request. We are looking to hire a few good people. Call today.
Live call-in talk show. Dial 1-877-932-9766 and join the conversation here on TalkTamitRadio.com.
Goddess, girl, you got this. Dynasty Goddess virgin hair. Watch them stop and stare. Soft, luxurious hair. Dynasty Goddess virgin hair. Stop paying for overpriced virgin hair. Introducing Dynasty Goddess hair. Soft, luxurious, high-quality hair at affordable prices. Visit dynastygoddess.com or call 800-285-6210. Dynasty Goddess Hair.
Are you ready for a high school that allows you to work at a pace that is right for you? Are you ready to earn certification in healthcare, business, or manufacturing while achieving your high school diploma? Then you're ready for Life Skills High School, a free public option for Ohio students 16 to 21 years old. Learn more about your free high school educational options at lifeskillshs.org or call them at 1-800-888-7992. That's 1-800-879-92. Life Skills High School, education that fits your life.
Stand by for an important announcement.
Mortgage interest rates are the lowest in history. Did you hear that? Mortgage interest rates are the lowest in history. You can buy a home from Lenco Realty for less than rent. For details, call 614-375-2BUY. That's 614-375-2289 or log on to repohomelist.com and claim your American dream.
This is Al Edmondson, owner of a Cutter Brother Rest Barbershop. I'm calling on all barbers and beauticians. It's time for us to unite as one. We can serve our communities better together. Join the Ohio Black Barber Beauty Network. For more information, visit www.obbn.org or call 614-427-3226 to get more information. Be the change that you want to see in your community. Join our network.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
TalkTamitRadio.com. We go where you go. The world's greatest radio, the way it should be heard. Watch us on YouTube, Talktainment Radio. Subscribe and let us know what you're thinking. Follow us at Facebook, Talktainment Radio. Forgiveness. So, Rashad, we were discussing forgiveness. And I wanted to say, our words plus our feelings plus the specifics equal manifestation. That's how it happens. So our words are so powerful, and everyone has that soil. That's what I call our feelings. That's our soil. That's how we were raised, how things grow. You plant that thought in the ground, and then it gets planted around our feelings, and then it will grow and manifest. So we have to be specific. So when you think about conscious words and you think about words like I want money, just to use that as an example, you don't want to use that, because I want money or want money could be
a penny. Yeah,
a penny more than what you had a year
Yep.
ago, or had a week ago, or a month ago.
If you're not specific, you don't know what to bring to yourself. You don't know what to manifest to yourself. You could be, like you said, it could be a dime. It could be $1 more today. But if you're not specific, it's just money.
That's right. So when we talk about the mastery of language, we want to use words like I can, I am, I will, I choose, I have, I love, I create, I enjoy. And you can be specific and you can write those. I wrote them on the mirror and then I finished the sentence. So, for example, I create, and you might end that with, I create my own real estate agency. I enjoy selling homes. So that's the language of mastery that we have to get to. And, we were talking a little bit about the present and the past before we went on break. And I was saying that, with the past, we have to find a way to let go and let go of hoping for a better past. And that's hard because we have to come to a point to where we choose to overcome being the victim and becoming responsible and accountable for our actions and for our thoughts, and if we choose to claim that power, that allows us to have the control we need in our life and to experience the more desirable results in our life. Because we can't change the past. A lot of things that we may want to change there's no way that you can change the past. It's just not possible. And the past does not exist.
It's in the past.
Yeah, it's in the past. It doesn't exist, And so that in and of itself is very tough. Very tough. So you said that you wanted to read me a quote.
Oh yeah, from a great man, James Allen, his book As a Man Thinketh. He said it starts with our thoughts, and he says effect of thoughts on circumstances. A man's mind be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and it will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weeds, seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind. So your mind is like a garden. If you don't cultivate, if you don't put good into it, how can you bring forth good?
Well, I was talking to a gentleman this week, Demetrius Brown. He gardens and he loves to garden. And of course, your brother, he said that weeds grow automatically. Our negative thoughts come automatically. That's the weeds. You don't need no help. Anybody can tell you can go outside, you will find weeds everywhere. You can plant flowers. Now you got to go out there and you got to put the seed in the ground. You got to water it. You got to nurture it. You got to take good care of it. But weeds, they grow by themselves. They grow without any care. Weeds grow. But one thing that Demetrius said to me this week, which I'll be honest, I didn't know. He said, when you have a garden, you have to go out and pick it constantly. He said, every day you got to go out and pick. He said, if not, the more you go and pick your fruit or your greens or whatever, the more comes, the more good comes, the more it yields. If you don't, it will turn on itself and kill itself. Did you know that?
I did not. That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Now, if you take that to our thoughts, and the negative comes automatically. Yeah. The negative thoughts, they come. We don't have to come and do anything to foster them up, but you do have to work hard
on a positive.
There you go.
And that painted a beautiful picture in my mind, just right there off of you saying that. If you have a great thought like I am powerful, but you don't back that up, your actions, you don't continue to, like you said, pick, which is continue to build on that or continue to speak that, it will turn on itself. Because after a while, you'd be like, you said I'm powerful once, then it's like you didn't do anything powerful. You didn't back it up. You didn't believe in it. You didn't put any actions in it. So now it's like, are you really powerful? It's going to turn on you. Are you powerful? Are you weak?
That's right.
You start to question it. You start to second guess yourself.
Oh, for sure. And one of the things, that's why I said, it's important, take lipstick or take a dry erase marker and write on the mirror. Find a mirror and write your I ams on that mirror. And stand with a very positive, confident posture and look into your eyes. And believe me, when you do this, you will feel an uneasiness. And and notice, be aware of your body and notice where you feel that uneasiness when you say it. When you say, I am powerful, I am worthy. Where do you feel that uneasy, that feeling in your body that says, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah, you can't say it weak. Anthony Robbins says when you say your affirmations, you got to say them like you believe them. You got to say them boisterous. So when I send my son in there, and you know how kids are teenagers, he goes in there and does his affirmations, and he says, real fast, I am strong, I am powerful. But you're not saying it with belief, so your system's not even believing it. Yourself can't even believe it if you're not saying it. I am powerful, saying it with belief, saying it with power.
Yes, have that power stand. And like you said, and I say it with a smile on your face. Say it with joy, with be happy. I am powerful. I am love. And do it every day, multiple times a day if you have to, because some of us, when you're riding down the street and you start to do this, you will notice the negative. You will hear it. You will stop at a red light. You'll hear this negative. You don't need anybody else to come and put nothing. You might have people that come in your life and put negative in there.
But they do it on its own.
But your mind will bring it up on its own. And so what I say, if you could count the number of times that you hear the negative, it might be 100, then you got to do 300 positive. So you got to constantly be affirming yourself. You got to constantly be telling yourself. And eventually, guess what? The subconscious mind hears it and starts to believe it. Your cells, those 100 trillion cells in your body, start to listen and start to believe it. And you'll notice that your posture starts to stand up a little bit. You start to, as they say, get a little pep in your step.
Ooh, I feel good.
Yeah. And you start
this
to.
This is great.
Yeah. The body starts to add up and starts to own up, and things start to change in your environment. Now, we talked about words, and that's the goal of today's show was we got to change our words and our most powerful words. I am, and I said the other words that, the conscious language that, we need to put a sentence behind those words. I can, and whatever you can. I will. I choose. And catch yourself. Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. If I was to say, Rashad, can you try and stand up?
Yeah.
You didn't stand up. You didn't try. There is no such thing. You either stood up or you don't. You either stay seated or the people stand up. There's no such thing as try. So do or do not. So, we think about that. Now, for me, being Tank the nurse and being the wellness person, we have to understand that our food matters.
I knew that was coming.
You knew that was coming?
I knew that was coming. You got to add the food in there, but it's important.
Food matters. What we eat matters. If we have parasites affect our mood. Definitely. Parasites make you depressed. They make you angry. It is a proven fact that a person that knows within themselves, and we know if we get angry, there's some people that have rage, have anger, and you don't want to have anger. You don't want to have rage. You don't want to not feel good, but you can't help it. Then, we got to look at what we're eating.
Definitely.
Processed foods affect our mind.
Yeah.
Parasites affect our emotions, affect our mental state. Soda, sugar, poison.
Refined sugar.
It affects our mood.
Definitely.
So we have to look at that. Just taking a walk. I know a lot of people aren't going to take a walk now out in the cold, but you can go to the mall. You can go to the mall and walk for an hour. Get a good friend and you don't have to shop. Just go up to the mall and just walk several times, walk the outside of the mall. That's something that you can do that's very easy. You can dance, exercise, get good rest. I said that really fast in the beginning of the show, but I want to slow it down so everybody hears that, from 10 to 2, your body is repairing itself physically. From 2 to 6, your body is repairing itself emotionally. We need to get good rest. And our bodies, if You know, if we're waking up at a certain time, there's a reason for that. Something in our body is out of balance. You know, that's one thing, you know, I always say that the body doesn't lie. So if the body is telling you something's going on, it's going on.
You got to listen. And to chime in on the food, you got to eat live food to feel alive. We eat a lot of dead food, and you wonder why you feel sluggish, and you wonder why you feel tired and angry and groggy, and you're eating dead food, you're eating food that's pulling you down. My mentor always says, I heard him say a couple times, he's a vegetarian, I don't give my body nothing else to do. Your body, it takes a lot just to pump your heart. It takes a lot to try to manifest those words, those thoughts we were talking about. So if you're giving your body, you know, meat 3 times a day, bread 3 times a day, your body's working hard to digest, and you want me to manifest, and you want me to bring you money, and you want me to make you powerful and choose life. Jeez, I don't know which way I'm going.
That's true. That's true. The body's working too hard to digest the meat.
Yeah.
You know, and I recall, you know, when I first, back in, let's see, that's around 2011, 2012, when I first.
7 years ago.
Yeah, 7 years ago, you said, nothing but grass. You know, you commented there was nothing good. So what changed? What changed? Because you were not always on this wellness.
Me, that's a good question. I know mine started 7 years ago, around 2011, 2012. I can honestly say I think mine started with, I'm a person, when you give me superior information, I disregard what was lesser. You know, I get rid of it. So if I find something that's better, if I find a better alternative, if I find something that's more powerful, my old knowledge base is I say that it's inferior, it's got to go. So I started learning more about food and how food affects your body. And I just started playing with it, started feeling better, started losing weight, started gaining more energy. So it only made sense to me. My daughter, Kaylani, your granddaughter, you know, when she was born around that time where we kind of got on that kick, and I see how her system is set up because I initiated her system with nothing but good food, I wasn't giving her milk. I wasn't giving her processed food. I was making her baby food at that time. And we joke about it. You know, you're thinking about going vegetarian. I'm thinking about going pescatarian. I'm thinking about taking her seriously to vegetarian. It's funny that her body, if you watch her, don't ask her, if you watch her, she already doesn't even like meat that much. She doesn't like red meat. She doesn't eat a lot of meat. She likes vegetables. She likes good stuff. So I just saw the results in it, and it made sense to me.
Well, and you know, it's hard to get people to believe it, but, you know, we have to start, like, you know, Danielle Miranda, we had her on the show right before the end of the year. And, you know, she said, you got to do it in steps. You know, you can't do it, can't just go cold turkey. You know, it's a process, and it's not easy, you know, but you can start eliminating the things that are not important to you. Some people, they can't do without pork chops. Can't do without their bacon. You know, bacon is serious.
Get cut for some bacon.
Yeah, yeah. Some people love their bacon. So if you can't, you're not at a point where you can give up bacon. Give up beef. Give up your red meat, and vice versa. If you don't need your pork, then give up the pork and slowly work towards. Or you mentioned 3 times a day. You don't need. As Americans, you know, we tend to think we need 3 meals a day and snacks plus snacks.
Sandwich.
You know, you don't have to have meat in every meal. We really don't need that 3 meals a day. You know, the body needs a break. The digestive system needs a break. You know, I say, you know, do some intermittent fasting. There's a lot of research on intermittent fasting, you know, stop eating at 8 p.m. And go from 8 p.m. to 12 noon the following day with just fluids, just water, lemon water, you know, nothing but clear liquids until noon the following day, and then start your day off with eating from 12 to 8. And if you can even do that 2 days a week, 3 days a week, I mean, you don't have to do it. You don't have to go overboard, but I tell you, you will notice change within your body. Is that right?
I agree.
You will feel good. Your brain will feel good. Your cells will be happy. And it's all about cellular work, you know, and we're talking about wellness. So when you can believe, You know, don't wear those labels. Don't wear the label, I am diabetic. I am, this. I am. We got to take those labels off, change that. And that's what some people don't realize, but
they're speaking to themselves.
Yeah, that's their I am. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm a diabetic, and
yeah.
We have to listen to our conscious language.
Definitely.
And we can change, and our environment. We can change
our situation.
Our situation, yeah.
Life.
Yes, we can change our life. That's the beginning. Our thoughts.
And you use the word change. I challenge you to a thought that I came up with, or idea that I came up with this year. I stopped using the word change when you say change our life, because I always knew I wanted to progress in life, and I thought I had to change. But I think it's more of awakening or returning to your natural state, the way God intended you to be.
That's powerful. Now you're acting like my son. Now you got it. That's where I would say ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's called a monoterpene. And there are verbal monoterpenes. A monoterpene is something that restores and reprograms back to God's original image. Back to the original DNA. And we can do that with our words. We definitely, do that with essential oils. But when we use our words, we can use words that are cleansing, words that remove toxins and deprogram, and then we can use words that reprogram back to God's image. And I always say, God never intended us to be sick. He created this body this is such an amazing machine and tool that it is created to repair and reprogram. It is created to be forgiving. If you give the body and these 100 trillion cells what they need, the body can take care of it. There's nothing that the body cannot repair from.
Wow.
70% of those cells change, it's done. The shift is made, the change is complete. So that's Carolyn Mean. She says 70% of your cells shift, the change has been done. So when we speak those words that are positive, and we speak the I ams in our life, have the mastery of our language, because that is within us to be, the master of ourself. No one can do that for you. Want to just read what I had read earlier. You have been created as one of a kind on the planet Earth. There has never been one like you, and there will never will be again. Your spirit, your thoughts and feelings, your ability to reason and act, all exist in no one else. The rarities that make you special are no mere accident or quirk of fate. So we are the mastery, and we can determine our destiny. Is that right?
It is right. I'm ready for a positive, powerful destiny. It's coming my way.
Yes, 2018 has a lot. So tell me 3 I ams.
I am courageous.
Yes.
I am disciplined.
Yes.
And I would say the last one would be I am powerful. I am me. I am me. I am what I am intended to be. I am what I am me.
Okay, so I want to give you my I am. I am worthy. I am strong. I am grateful. I am prosperous. I am love. I am an aromatherapist. I am a thermography technician. I am blessed. I am abundance. I am more than enough. And I am debt free. Those are my I ams that I use, because, when we think about it, our beliefs become our thoughts. Our thoughts become our words become our actions become our habits become our values, and our values become our destiny.
I love that.
You know, so this year we're starting off with I am. You know, and I encourage, take those other words, and we'll post those down below at the link, the I can, the I will, the I have, and make your sentence, that reflects you. And we're going to start with our wellness journey with our thoughts. And then we're going to work on the rest of it, because it takes several variables. It's not just one thing. But you truly cannot find wellness without the mind, the body, the spirit. Relationship with God, laughter, 1 minute of laughter boosts your immune system for 24 hours. 1 minute of anger weakens your immune system for 4 to 5 hours. So we really don't need to go and look for a diagnosis. If we have anger, if we have negative words, if we have negative thoughts, then we already know that we are in a state that we need help and we need to find wellness. And, on Wednesdays, we meet with Wednesday Hump Day Wellness, at 4550 Heaton Road, Columbus, Ohio. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m., we're doing the parasite cleanse, and we're getting ready to move into the liver cleanse. The liver is the storage of anger, bitterness, resentment. Got to clean that liver, because
get it out of there.
Yeah, got to get it out. And by every 4 minutes, your blood passes through your liver. All of the blood in your body, every minute, a fourth of your blood. So every 4 minutes, all your blood is passed through your liver. Your liver is such a vital organ. Every 5 minutes, all of your blood passes through your kidney. So those are our filters that filter our blood. And if we have any destructive thought, it causes an acidic value in our bloodstream. So every thought that we think either is destructive or constructive. It's either going to be negative or positive. And if it is negative, it causes an acidic reaction in our blood. And so nothing but dis-ease and disharmony can come from that. There can be no wellness where there is negative. So if we have anger, unforgiveness, negative thoughts, we got to get rid of it quickly. We got to quickly release it and let it go.
So what did we learn today? What are we leaving with?
What we leave with? I am. I am the authority in Tanya. So wellness starts within. So I have to define my I ams. And I have to do that so that I can start on my wellness journey. Now, how can people find you, Rashad?
You can find me at Facebook at Rashad Fields, or Instagram on the same thing. No, Instagram Solo Huey Newton. Right now, that's the ways that you can contact me. You can get a part. We have our Self group up on Facebook, so you can contact that and get at us anytime.
Hope to see you at Wednesday Wellness, Hump Day Wednesday Wellness, 4550 Heaton Road. Choose life. Choose wellness.